Tervehdys kaikille. Jatketaan puumaisemilla tänään ja tehdään vesiväreillä edellinen piirustus. Hello and welcome, Tino.
Hello. Okay, Alpo's going to work on his drawing, his tree, and I wanted to do some fun examples of the way you're going to handle brushes and the paints and background. And I'm also going to be doing probably 3 paintings today because they need to dry, and then I'll move it on. I can use a hairdryer, but we'll go crazy and I'll have to shut off the sound and big problem. Okay, now I'm left-handed, and this is how I have been taught to set up. There were only 2 of us in my high school art class that were left-handed. Everybody else is right-handed. And my instructor, who was a watercolor master, who's fantastic, he kept watching me. And then one day he just came over, because my setup was like every other kid. He picked up my paints and he moved it to the left side. And he said, your paints need to be on the left side, so you're not reaching over, because if I reach over, I can splat on mine. So Alpo is set up the way I would be set up. And then there are different techniques. So I have 3. This is an upcycled from something we got from the grocery store. Some food came in this, and I went, oh, it's perfect. 1, 2, 3. So first is going to be my wash brush. This is going to be my rinse brush. This is going to be really dirty pretty soon. This is going to be fairly clean. And then I keep 1, and that is to use into my paint only, so it stays very, very clear. And then I have my pan paints. So I was riding on the bus the other night, and it was cold and it was wet, but the condensation on the inside of the window gave me terrific inspiration. Okay, I love to use this number 16. This number 16 holds a lot of paint, and it has a nice tip. Okay, I'm going to work.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is the only fat one.
That's the only one you have?
Yeah.
I
like it. I usually start with this. This
is my big wide Coatman. This is about 1 inch wide. This is for laying on big areas. But okay, so I'm actually going to hold my brush like a pencil. I want the tip involved, and I would hold a pencil more like that for a flat area. But I'm going to, I can start like that, but I want to tip it up just a little bit more. And I'm laying on a lot of color. This is quite playful right now.
Oh, but you start quite dark color, intense color. Yeah. I usually start with like this.
It depends. It really depends on what I'm doing. That's why I'm going to do 3 different paintings, because I handle, depending on the circumstance and depending on what I want to demonstrate, I can do things very, very differently.
Yeah.
So this was the condensation pattern in the window, and I went, oh my gosh. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash here. and then I'm going to rinse here. And that's it. I'm just going to use these two. So, and I usually work on my bigger desk, so everything's a little tight. And I thought, oh, how cool. I'm going to work in some really cool colors, experimenting. And then if I need more water, I can just pick up a little bit more water. I want this to run down. So my plants don't have to be green and brown. That's the point of this crazy looking painting. I love to do photographic realism stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I love that. And that is mainly what I do. But I also like people to get excited about watercolor. Okay, now I want to let this dry. I'm just going to leave this off to the side. So that's experiment number 1. Hopefully it's going to dry, and then I can move it around. Now, knowing your color wheel is very, very important.
When I started, people asked me to explain what colors I use, and I was like, it's a bit difficult because I take the color and I just mix it in here, where's a lot of colors, so I don't know what colors they are. I just go with the intuition and I mix everything up.
Well,
without thinking that much.
I, being an instructor, I have to be really organized because, okay, so this is masking tape, all right? And this is art masking tape. It's very clean, and this is a fairly high, what we call tack. Stickiness is tack. And I'm going to use it like masking. There's masking fluid too involved for what we're going to do today. I'm going to make skinnier strips towards the top. I'm sure a lot of you have even seen this done if you've taken a design class, you've seen things like this being done. That's not going to work. I made it too short. So we're going to make it skinny. We're going to put it up top. You can randomize it. I don't like even numbers, but compositionally, things look better with odd numbers. Well, spring is coming, and well, it's almost here, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's early this year.
Okay, so apparently half of the United States is freezing, and the other half, I could not believe it. I was talking to my daughter, and I said, okay, we're getting news reports that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. That the East Coast is freezing. I mean, it is freezing. It's really bad. And that the West Coast, and she's on the West Coast, that the West Coast is having a heat wave. And she said, oh yeah, we had 2 weeks of winter, and then it jumped up to, well, let me see what 100 is. Do you know what 100 is in Celsius? 100 Fahrenheit? Let's see. Hold on.
No,
I have to look.
No.
Okay. Hold on.
Don't use that much.
Okay, it's like 38 Celsius in California right now. And I'm like,
Oh.
no, and it's terrible. So exciting times for a lot of Americans. Now we're gonna load. This is. I want everybody to play and experiment, and don't panic about stuff. Now, I'll level with you. This is cheap watercolor paper, okay? This is my really expensive stuff. It's only saved for particular projects. I'm painting clear off the edge. And this is very small. So I think I got 8 pieces out of one sheet. So I can change brushes or not. And this is, my water is usually on this side up here too, but we're at this table and we're using this. La 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 la. Da, da, da. Did you tell everybody this is going to be our last stream for a while?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Eli tää on viimeinen striimi nyt tältä keväältä. Sen verran kiiruksia.
I want to thank everybody who's watched. I really appreciate it. It's so much fun. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. I mean, you can do, maybe we'll do 5 today. I don't know.
The biggest issue with the watercolors is to wait. and I usually don't have the patience.
This is, well, Alpo, that's why, okay, when I'm teaching a class, seriously, when I'm teaching a class, I make everybody trace and do 3 of the same thing. So I would have had you do 3 tracings of the drawing that you have right now.
Yeah.
Then you reach a certain point and I make them stop, and then we move on to the next one. So I will start with maybe especially if I'm teaching a very new class, we'll do 1 underpainting in yellow, 1 underpainting in phthalo blue, and then another one in alizarin crimson. So I want to make this a little darker up top. Again, this is wet on dry. Wet paint, dry paper. And I can fan it a little bit. If I do this, the molecules of paint are going to gather at the edge, and then I can pull it down this way and get an interesting technique. Just interesting texture. Okay. Now, if you notice, Alpo has taped his paper down. I don't usually tape my paper down unless it's a big project. My little ones, I have a lot of fun with, and I'm experimenting, and I'm also bending the paper, and I'm blowing on the paper, and I can do all kinds of things. Okay. So again, I'm going to show you. I'm washing, I'm rinsing, and it's pretty clean. There's a big difference. What shall we do here? Okay, all right. Let's come in with nice. We know how to get a dark green. If we want to dull a green down, I'll put a touch of orange or red in it. I'm going to change my brush. And I haven't even had any coffee. I feel very pumped up, but I haven't had any coffee. This is a boar bristle brush. This is more for acrylic paints. It's very stiff. It's very hard. And usually I will have another piece of paper on the side just to test it with, to see. And this is a pouncing technique. You have to experiment with your brushes. This is just one old brush. If I want to be more precise, I can use, broke my own rule. Always cover your X-Acto knife and put it away so you don't slash yourself open accidentally. Okay, nope, I want to use that one. We'll just go with this one. So I'll get a lovely brown. And pick up a little more green. Create some shadows. I mean, it's a lot more interesting if you have a light source coming in, right? So we can look for that too. And let's see. I didn't exactly think this composition out, so let's just a lot of water. It's going to create distance. Overlapping, if I have some overlapping taking place, it's going to create distance. And I have an okay composition. It's not great, but I just want to show you. You don't have to think super, super hard to get stuff down onto the paper.
Yeah, the most important part is to have fun. Experiment.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Now let's see how the others are doing. I got to let this dry before I touch it again. Okay, this still has a bunch of water in it. And sometimes I have a little sponge. But I have my favorite. This paint rag is I don't know, I guess it's 10 years old. It's traveled with me all over the place. I love it. It's an old dish towel, but it's a really good cotton dish towel, and it doesn't pill or fuzz. Um, you can use baby diapers. Cotton baby diapers are really great. You don't want anything that gives off any dust. And paint rags, yeah,
Now,
dust
now
is
you
really.
can now you can ask from your neighbor to give me your used diapers.
Only the fabric ones, not the disposables. Every now and then I luck out and I can find them in a secondhand store and I just scoop them up. Okay, now we have a green, which of course is blue and yellow, and brown, which is orange. Orange is red and yellow, and a little bit of black. But I love sienna. I love a pre-mixed sienna. Okay. Now I'm using it very much like a pencil or Japanese brush strokes. Okay, like traditional calligraphy. And we've done this with our pencil strokes before, yeah? If we want a deeper green, just touch up a little bit of orange in there. Okay, I can let this dry completely, and then I can come in, I can play with this upside down and fill it in. Okay, so we'll let that go. Let's see how this is doing.
It's good to have many paintings at once if you have the flow, so you don't have to wait. You just skip the next painting and skip the next painting and come back to the
Absolutely.
first.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful way to paint. And I encourage everybody to do that. Have minimum 3. Okay. If they're small like this, you can do 10. But if I'm doing a big painting, I like to only have 3. And what happens is you can step away from all of it, and then you get a different perspective.
Yeah.
Traditionally, okay, I was taught by wonderful watercolors to always leave some of the white of the paper showing. Don't paint everything in, and that's simply a tradition that I follow. It's not right or wrong. Okay, people like what they like, and people will paint the way they want to paint, and that's just one of the little tokens of appreciation, I guess you could say, that I hold
Yeah,
in my memory from my teacher.
yeah, it's interesting that you see that in watercolor, but you don't basically see that much in other colors, that you leave the white spaces.
Because we don't
It's
have white paint. This is transparent watercolor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't, white paint gets us into gouache, an opaque watercolor, and then you really are doing something different. So we were practically chanting to ourselves, save the white, save the white, save the white. And we did, I think. Unfortunately, I'm not in touch with any of my high school fellow artists from being 18 years old. I kind of would like to know what they're doing.
How they say the white.
Yeah. Did you? Did you? And this is going, I'm really torn. Just don't make it in half. I wanted a lot of leaves and I wanted a lot of ground. So you don't want it, let's see if I put it up here, you don't want it cut exactly in half. You want to have that in thirds kind of feeling. So up here now I'm working wet in wet. You'll hear wet on wet, you'll hear wet into wet, wet in wet. It's all the same thing. Wet paper, wet paint. Okay. Oh, I'm getting happier and happier with this already. If I'm going to do watercolor, because I do a lot of different, I'm not boasting, I'm just saying this the way it is. I do embroidery, I sew, I draw, I do a lot of different things. I'm doing pottery right now. When I get into the groove of painting, I will probably paint close to nonstop for a week, for like 5 to 7 days. These days, I don't really have too much time to indulge myself further than that. The drawing, when I get into drawing, it can be two full weeks of just drawing. That's when I cook a lot of food and have it ready to just reheat because I'm busy. Okay, I'm going to work on the green now. So we can even, this looks really autumnal, but as things are shifting, you will see how bright a green is in fall before it disappears. And then we do have trees that have nothing but yellow blossoms, but this is just sort of a made-up thing. This is a combination to show you different techniques. Now, again, if I want to dull my green down, I'm going to take just a touch of red. And it turns into a lovely grayish green, which helps create shadows and gives us a little more depth. So what I'm going to attempt to do is keep some small strokes happening back here and then have bigger strokes happening here. And having that lighter these lighter bits here can also create the illusion of sun coming through. Okay, I love this because look at, we have pretty much the same equipment and the same paints, and we are painting trees, and it's so different. I love it. That's the beauty and the excitement of watercolor. John Singer Sargent is one of my favorite American watercolorists. And yeah, I need to just sit down and copy his work. Copying is nice way to master techniques from great painters. We've talked about that already.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to copy. Just don't try to pass it off as your own. You'll be embarrassed when people catch you and go, oh, yeah, well, that's got so-and-so's influence. Okay, that's too sharp. So what I can do is, don't be afraid to try different stuff. So I'm just softening it with my damp cloth here, and it's knocking it down, so it's not so definite. Okay. Let us take a little bit of this and see if we can make it look interesting. I should have left a little bit more of white in the background. Let's see if I can get blue in there without it turning too green. Change brushes. Ooh. Oh, these are fun. Little collapsible brushes, but I'm not traveling with them right now. Okay. This is a Chinese brush. Let's see. Yeah, this is Chinese. Sometimes you'll want to use a harder brush to get water into your palette and mix it up, like use a rougher brush. These aren't for mixing. These are like for picking up and painting with. Now, what am I going to do with these tiny paintings? These are thank you cards. These are postcards, thank you cards, happy birthday cards. Or they can just be tiny things framed in the kitchen or wherever. Now I'm attempting to get more depth. I want to show a background, so I have to continue this just a little bit. Now it helps for me. Two things help. I'm looking into my screen, which distances the piece because it's shown on a smaller scale on the screen. And that helps me make decisions. And also I'll take off my glasses and everything's blurry. That helps too. The eye naturally starts here and drops down. They've done a lot of different studies on eye tracking, how the eye tracks things, how we see. And it doesn't matter if it's an Asian painting or a Western painting, the eye usually hits here and drops down. So just in knowing that, you can set up different compositions to bounce the eye in different directions. And I think it's pretty cool. Last week when I was healthy, so annoyed when I was sick, very annoyed. Went to the National Gallery and to the Tate Britain and saw some, once again, saw some wonderful work. And it's exciting. I don't know how they do it. They must just shut the museum and run around like crazy people, closing parts of the museum and moving these enormous pieces of artwork around, which is wonderful for me because I like to go there often. And suddenly, my favorite painting isn't there anymore. I have to go hunting for it, and I like that.
How they changed.
Mm-hmm. I like the sound your brush makes too.
I took an old brush.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, never throw your old brushes away, right? Okay, I'm going to pull this off a little bit early. I'd actually like to let it dry more. When you pull tape, don't pull. It's still wet, but okay. Don't pull up. Never pull up. You have to pull back on itself. Okay. Pull your tape back really slowly. People go, and there goes everything badly, you know. Don't do that. Throw it away. Don't try to save it for anything else. Nothing is going to take the place of practicing your drawing. Nothing. There are no instant ways you're going to become a fabulous artist other than taking the time to paint a lot, practice, read, study. You can try to reinvent the wheel, but there's a really good chance you won't be very successful at doing something nobody has ever seen before, unless you study. And then you go, oh, that's different. And everybody can go, ooh, that's different. Now, these are fantasy trees, okay? And you can do anything you want with them. So I can come in with a sienna mixed with, oh, no. Let's try something different here. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to take my favorite phthalo blue. I'm going to turn this around so I have a clean area. Oh, I love phthalo blue. And let me see if I can get my favorite sienna. Grumbacher Academy blue. I'm sorry, sienna and phthalo cyan blue. Most watercolors are compatible, but they will not necessarily be compatible color-wise. They won't separate on you or anything because they're basically gum arabic plus the colorant. But if it says phthalo blue and it's kuretake, which are the pan colors here, and phthalo blue, and I'm using Grumbacher, a different brand of paint, you're going to get a different color than what you're used to. So just be prepared for that. Now, sienna and phthalo blue, phthalo cyan blue, make incredible colors. It can go from green to gray. Let's see what happens here. Being a southpaw, being left-handed, it's wet right here. It's wet. I'm going to smear the heck out of it. So let's just blot it. All right. That's very blue-green, so I'm going to come in with more brown, and it's going to give me some brown and gray. I'm just wiggling this a little bit for texture. Come down unevenly down here.
Moikka EP. EP is saying hello.
Hello. I will miss all of you. And you can always join me on my stream, which is pretty funny. We talk a lot. I can never get any serious work done on my stream. I have tried. And then I miss the conversation. They're like, oh, she's ignoring us. Or, oh, she's really into it right now. She's into painting. Notice I've dropped my finger down to steady it. So everything has to be dry here. This is a small reservoir, but it is a round brush, and it's got enough of a reservoir. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually scooping and loading my brush this way. so it's filling it. And capillary action will allow that to happen. Sucks it up like a vacuum cleaner.
Kiitos EP. Beautiful trees. EP saying.
Yeah, your trees look great. I mean, it's fun to paint with somebody. It's really great. Sometimes it's really hard to find people to paint with.
Yeah. Well, you're the first one, at least in the streams.
Wow.
I haven't made any streams with painting.
Well, I'm honored, Al. So we know something's going on light-wise here, right? Because this is I started in the background. It's kind of dark and not as much white, and the lines are small, and now they're getting a little bigger here. So that creates the depth, right? And adding some differences in texture. The strokes are wider. This for some reason reminds me of up by the volcano on the Big Island. They're trees, they're special eucalyptus trees that have, I don't know, 12, 15 different colors as their bark falls off. It's orange and blue and green and pink. It's amazing. They look fake. It looks like AI, but they're real.
No.
And they're kind of close to each other like this, and they shimmer with different colors of bark. It's so strange. I don't know if they grow anyplace else in the world. They're protected for sure. Just one grove of them up there. Don't know where they came from.
On Tiina vasenkätinen, joo. EP is asking, is Tiina left-handed or can you do both?
I can, if I have to, I can use my right hand, but it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Everything has to switch. Let me try it. I've never done this before. You're watching it for the first time. I can simultaneously draw mirror images, but I think that's a different thing. Huh. I've never done this.
It was fun when I did tattoos for myself.
Oh.
And I did the left hand first because I'm like right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked my right hand and I was like, oh my god, I can't leave it like that. I need to tattoo the right hand also. And then I started to think, how can I do it? Because I'm right-handed. And then I started to think that who gave me that idea that I'm right-handed? Mm-hmm. How come I can't use my left hand? That's a lie. And I started tattooing my right hand, and it felt like easier. it felt like more natural. And I can use both hands. Who gave me that idea that I'm right-handed?
It,
somewhere from the childhood.
it's a funny oh well, I mean, most countries, I don't know where it comes from, but it is a fairly universal old thought process that the left hand, in French it's gauche, and then I think Latin, but I'm not sure, is sinister, and those mean evil or dark or crude, very negative things, and I don't know why, because they'll say it's his. If it's a boss who has a favorite worker, they say he's his right hand man in support. And my mother had a big fight with my elementary school teacher about I was suddenly having a lot of problems in kindergarten or first grade or something, and the teacher was trying to force me to be right-handed, and thankfully my mom stepped in and put an end to that. And then we had to take special penmanship classes, but the joke was on them because we all ended up with more beautiful handwriting than the right-handed kids. But I do use both hands. I am ambidextrous.
Yeah. Ebe is saying her father was left-handed, and when he had a stroke on that side, he could also use the right hand.
It's good for us to practice. I do exercises in school with the kids, and it starts off with as simple as just doing this, and then doing this, and then we go to drawing it on paper. And when I was doing this, when I was teaching kids this, I was having bizarre dreams. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I didn't know which hand to use. So I sat down and I wrote at my dining table. I started writing with my right hand. It was very funny. This is an adult, in my 40s.
I had to use also my left hand usage because of the pain in body, so I had to use how to use my other hand also.
Yeah, I would encourage everybody to stimulate both sides of their brain, because I think everybody by now knows that the left hand is controlled by the right hemisphere and vice versa. So my sister sent me some cute little calligraphy thing that said, "Left-handed people are the only ones in their right mind." I thought that was very sweet.
Yeah, and I think it's good to have that playfulness in life, like just have fun trying out different things, because what I've seen, a lot of adults have forgotten to have fun and play with life.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And that's why I oftentimes seem like a crazy person, because I play. I have fun. I don't take life so serious.
I believe everybody should have one really good laugh, at least one really good har laugh every day. It's medicine. It's healthy medicine. Now this is also this sienna and blue. You can take any blue and mix it with sienna. You get some really interesting colors. I gotta make sure I picked up a chunk of dried paint and it's in my brush and it's gonna leave a big blue mark where I don't want it. So I gotta melt that down. There we go. Okay. So now let's have a little bit of fun with some shadows. Oh, it's turning out better than I expected. Surprise.
Ebe is saying, good tips, thank you. We might do the restrictions ourselves. Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's why we are so intelligent, how we can work against ourselves and lie to ourselves and make the prison of life for ourselves, and we don't even realize it. That's what we have done.
Yeah.
That's the dark beauty of life.
Well, all joking aside, philosophers have said for ages, we are our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
It's difficult to be our own best friend. It's I was just talking to another friend about she was suffering from imposter syndrome, and I said it's just your brain trying to protect you from getting hurt. And sometimes you have to tell your brain, no, it's okay. It's okay. We can do this. We don't have to be scared, or we don't have to be mean to ourselves. When I really took that to heart, that it's just simply your brain trying to protect you, then you have to ask, who is the you and what is your brain? And how do we convince our brain to be helpful in a way that makes us progress? Tricky stuff.
Yeah. Like what I learned, the years of pain in my body, it was just trying to survive. It was protecting me.
Yes.
Even though it was hard and tough to have pain constantly in the body.
Well, it was trying to tell you not to move, and you have to move. That's when you go, no, we have to move. I'm going to be right back. I have to now. Okay, let's take a look at my water. So this was my wash. This was my rinse. And now this is getting dirty because I had to wash out another brush. But 2 shakes, I just have to dump this. I usually have a bucket.
I only have one.
Oh no.
I'm doing the style that don't do this at home.
Well, I think I read it in a book, and I tried it, and I liked it so much, having the 3 trays.
Pihassa lähes samanlainen puu. Loistavaa.
I'm back already. Here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, this was painting number 1, and it seems pretty dry. So let's see. Let's kind of stick with the phthalo blue just because I like it. That's why. I'm loading up my flat. I can be more serious and use another brush and really be very careful about getting any paint mixed in. I can also use masking. I could put masking on my trees now if I really didn't want them touched, but no, I kind of want them to be. Brr. That was an unpleasant breeze. Okay, what's the temperature where you are? Do you know, Al? Roughly?
Paljon Suomessa on lämpötila? I think maybe 5 plus 5 plus 7 less than 10.
Okay. Well, I am spoiled. I am definitely spoiled.
I haven't been outside much because, well, let's not talk about it anymore, but because of the pain.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm stuck inside.
You can talk about it because like I could not move for 2 days, so I hear you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, I usually don't care to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. There's a old British TV show. It's gone already, and he'd always be a really horrible person working behind the computer. It was a skit, and he'd torture people, ask him all these questions, and then he'd hit a button and it says computer says no. So I just use that. Body says no. You're just not going to do it today, and that's very annoying. But yes, we can paint our troubles away.
Ebe is saying in the morning it was 0 degrees.
Ooh. Yeah, we are definitely past that. I living in London, of course, it's always going to be warmer because we have so many buildings here, yes? And I think that makes a huge difference. Whether you're surrounded by nothing or next to water or a bunch of buildings. So we're pretty comfy. I'm still sleeping under a quilt though. Okay, so I've got these kind of oddly structured shapes that look like buildings. So I'm gonna go with that and let this dry, and we'll make some buildings out of it a little bit. This ended up being a lot more interesting than I expected. Kind of a fun thing. The way I like to check my artwork and use tech is I find this really, if you're serious about painting and you really want to get somewhere with, I mean, some people want to, hey, I want to do this all the time. And it's like, great. Okay, so let's help you do it all the time. And we are going to get to the camera. Actually, it looks better in the photo. Well, dang it. I want it to look like that. It looks better in the photo than it does in real life. Okay, so now I am going. Oh, okay. Now, using that as a guide, I can go in here more intensely now. I know that I can add more color. But compositionally, I can, let's see if I can do it. That's not what I want to do. Let's see, go back. Color, saturation, that's what I want. So I want to go to saturation and I want to drop out the color. Okay, so it turns into a black and white piece. And I can see that I think this is working pretty well. The compositional, again, I picked an odd number. If I had 6, I might have a little bit of trouble. I can see that this highlight is working really nicely. I have my highlights working on the right, all on the correct side. Okay, they're all on the left. The shading is on the right. There's a little bit of bounce light here, so that's a little bit interesting. I've got my shadows. Make sure your shadows are touching the object. Very rarely will there be a separation between the shadow and the base of an object. Not saying never, because sometimes they're reflections. Okay, so what this is going to help you do is discover where you can go darker. Now, I know this is relying on color. This is relying on purely composition. I want to see if it works as a composition. Sometimes when you go ahead and put it in black and white, you have a big white hole somewhere or a big black blob. This is an anchor here, but it's not overtaking it. It's just kind of hanging on to it, setting it down into the ground that, oh, there's something there. If I eliminated that, it doesn't have the same oomph that this does. Okay, it's a very subtle thing. It's a very subconscious type of thing. So we have contrast. I like the composition. I'm happy with the composition. Let's see what I can do up here now. Okay, so that's and I do this with just about all of my pieces. So let me show you. Yeah, I think I shared that I was given some beautiful green drawing paper, toned green, and I can't, it looks gray on the screen, but it is green. And I love it. I really love it. I want to do some exciting drawings with it. So these are, I took some photos of some jonquils, and then one of my followers on my stream sent me a really nice photo of the 2 of them, and I liked them better than mine that had a bunch. The focus was better on his too. So took pretty much photorealism here, and then I messed with the background. I just laid the pencil down and did streaking. This paper has lovely tooth to it, but I also, let me do the same thing with it, which is really hard because it keeps changing. It just refuses to give me the color of the paper. The green won't show up. Anyway, we're going to go to you're going to cooperate with me, and you're going to let me edit you, and we're going to go for, I guess, color. Yes, saturation. saturation and desaturate. Okay. And then I get to look at what needs to be darker, or is there enough contrast? And I felt that the flowers had enough contrast around them. And it's kind of funny because they are twisted. This one is actually in front of this one, but this one flopped in front of it. This grew under it. So this is actually how the flowers grew. And I'm very happy with what has transpired with them. So that's how I test things. If you're in doubt, if you feel like something's a little flat, it's a little boring, there's something wrong with that, it's probably your composition. Okay. Let's do something really bizarre here. Oh, give me a palette. Here we go. Now I have to switch out palettes. We haven't used purple. Now, why am I using all these wacky colors? Because I want you to look for the wacky colors when you do your own work. There are purple clouds, there are pink clouds, there are orange clouds, there are green clouds. So by putting this in, I'm getting a misty effect. Don't overbrush, because sometimes you'll reactivate the paint underneath. That's why you have to let it dry, or you'll reactivate the wrong things. Okay, this is taking paint off. You get a cloth, you squeeze. Don't pull. Don't go. No. Just squeeze. Then you can get a lot of different shapes in the background.
I tried a few times with the watercolor the salt technique.
Yes.
Drop the salt. It was fun.
Salt. I use salt frequently. I'm trying to think if I have anything with salt that I can share. Let me see here. While this is setting, this needs to set for a little bit. You can use salt. You can also use water. I'll do a little demo on that if we have time. This, I fell in love with the back of a rose. So I left the pencil marks on purpose. This has about 10 layers of paint here. Now, I wish I could show you a really the bright effect, but let's see if we can just get it in focus. And see if we can. Okay, there's green, blue, and violet. Now, the only way this is going to work is if you let it dry completely. You can layer and layer and layer. You can. I have like 20 layers on some of my paintings, and they're not gray and mucky. And the only way you can get that is by letting it dry completely, like going over the hair dryer. It's got to be totally dry.
I thought I found a thick paper,
Uh-huh.
but there was two.
Excellent. Oh, look at you. Oh, okay, my favorite spot is like the lower left corner.
This.
Yeah, that whole section there. I really like that. I'm just enjoying it right now. So
It looks a little pale on the screen.
Mhm.
It's much more colorful.
Well, that's what photos are for, right?
Yeah.
So I do here's salt.
Yeah.
This was for my almost son-in-law, and there's the salt technique there. He loves Godzilla. We love Godzilla. So and I was experimenting with clouds and mountains. So okay, this is almost dry brush, bringing in the mountains. This is obviously wet on wet, and moving, deliberately moving. You can streak things. You can come in with blobs of color on top of blobs of color.
You have any technique to straighten the paper?
Oh yes, many.
I have
Okay.
a lot of wrinkly
Okay,
papers.
the best one is to turn it over and lightly spray the back. Don't saturate it, but just like pss, 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 pss,
Yeah.
pss, and then rub it really gently. Just barely touch it, okay? Then you have to have clean paper, kind of thick, and like those. When I used to do a lot of watercolor, I had sort of a blotter paper, like printer's paper. It's kind of expensive, but you only need like 2 sheets. And then very clean watercolor paper. So you've sprayed the back. You have the watercolor, the blotter paper, then watercolor paper, then you put this on top, then you put another clean sheet of paper, then you put the watercolor paper, and then you put a really heavy book.
Yeah.
Or weights. I like to stack books, and then I do have some weightlifting weights. And you leave it for 3 days. Comes out perfectly flat.
Okay.
If you have access to a photo mount old press, you put the blotter paper on either side, and then the thing, big machine clamps down on it, and it heats it all the way through, and then it's perfectly flat. Those are the two that if you're really in a hurry, if you have an iron, a press for clothes, you can use that too. But you want to put a towel down on the board. Then you can put the watercolor face down, and then another thin piece of cloth, very thin cloth to protect it.
Yeah.
And then steam iron it once, wait, then turn off the steam, and then use the hot iron and go back and forth. I usually press from the center out. I'll go across and then out and out and out and out, and then put it under a book. And I don't know why I'm out of focus. There we go.
Those are the same things I was thinking, but I didn't have sure of does it work, so I haven't done it.
Oh, it works beautifully. Come on, focus. Focus. Wake up. Come on. There we go. I didn't give the lens any coffee this morning, so it's upset. Let's see. Okay, so this has probably eight layers. This only has 3. I was obviously practicing clouds. This is a total reject. Now, I'm very curious. I want to play. I'm going to see if we can reactivate it. Reject. Reject. This is with masking fluid. I just wanted to play around with different techniques. This is with rubber masking fluid, and you can see how absolutely white it keeps everything. Nothing gets through. I rather like this. This is a different paper. You can see how much tooth it has. It's really rough. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like it's knitted. And I like this one very much. I like that very bright white halo around the clouds. I kind of like this, but this is not interesting. I can come back in. Green sky. You can't see it on camera really, but it's got a green sky. Not interesting. I like this one so much. This is with granulated pigment. This is Daniel Smith's one of the mineral pigments. So it's actually ground up stone. And I wanted that really cold, dark, you're not going to see the sun for a while kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And I like it. So yeah, these are my cloud experiments. I really think this is just beyond help, but I decided to keep it anyway.
Well, it's a good reminder. I should do also a cloud study someday.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's really frustrating, everybody. Okay, it's really hard. It's very frustrating. Expect to do 30 small paintings. If you're lucky, you'll get 2 in a row that work. Obviously, I haven't had that luck yet. But I want to see if... Now, this was done in August. Last August. Okay, I want to see if it reactivates. I don't know. You can't do this with cheap paper. I can tell you that much. Okay? If you have cheap paper, it's going to pill, just like toilet paper. Or, yeah, pretty much like toilet paper.
Then you have see-through clouds.
You can see through to the table. It is. I'm lifting out a wee bit. Okay. Let's see. Now this is an ultramarine blue. What am I doing here? I don't know. This is just what happens when you layer things in. That's why I tell people when you're experimenting, don't expect fantastic results right away, and use the cheap paper because you'll be less inhibited. I was so proud of the day my high school watercolor teacher gave me the good paper. that was such a badge of honor. And he was my first watercolor teacher, and he was amazing. I don't know how many lives he saved. He kept so many of us from dropping out of school. I know he saved one kid that was addicted to sniffing glue. So he probably saved thousands of us in his teaching career. So I hope nobody underestimates the power of love and the power of a teacher. I did a series of very large fish. So 22 by 30 inches. I don't know what that, it's not, I guess they were A1 size, maybe a little smaller than A1 because our dimensions in the States are different. And those are just so much fun. Wet on wet, making coral reefs, sponges, salt, a lot of salt texture, cellophane. You can really wet things down with a lot of paint and then get some very thin plastic, like, I don't know, dry cleaner bags we have here, and we couldn't find them anymore. But super thin, what we call saran wrap, or for food wrap. And then you crumple it up and you leave it there to dry overnight, usually, and you get amazing patterns and techniques. I'm coming in with purple now. Don't throw away your rejects, everybody. Hang on to those rejects, because you can look at them later and you'll see something in them. And it's also a good way to forgive yourself. It's like, oh, what was I thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, this came to mind. You can forgive yourself if you get angry that you didn't make it as you wished. And then you get angry because it didn't turn out the way you wanted. And later on, when you look at it, you can forgive yourself for being mad.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes. Yes. So human. We're so funny. We are so complex.
Yeah.
We don't live in caves anymore, but I don't know if we're very much smarter than cave people were.
If you look politics, no.
Oh, yes. How can I not agree with you? I agree with you completely. If you took those evil politicians and made them live in a cave, we'd see who could survive. Mm-hmm.
Probably none.
Okay, so I've already added like 3 layers of paint. So my point in showing you this is, like, we can take something that's not an interesting shape. That's a horrible shape there. So let's change it. You know, we are magicians. We are gods and goddesses when we paint. We can change things. We can. It's one little tiny corner of this entire galaxy and universe that we can mess around with.
These are our wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our magic wands. I think they're pretty freaking magical. Friend of mine says that they're hitting not a creative block, but a creative avoidance. And I said, it's okay. It's really okay. I said, just set the stuff up in a tiny corner of the room and purposely ignore it. Like, let your brain know that you're going to ignore it. That being set up, and your brain also knows I can go to it at any time. It's just I have permission to ignore it now. I think it's very important to just go, no, not now. Oh, Alpo, that's so nice.
It's just a painting and you draw or paint, but when you look at it, that this didn't exist 2 hours ago,
Mm-hmm.
and now there is a picture of trees.
Mm-hmm. And you
that's
did
quite
it.
Yeah, that's quite amazing.
I told you that quite often when I finish something, when I know it's finished and I stand back and I go, wow, I wish I could draw like that, or
Yeah.
I wish I could paint like that. And what it means is, like, consciously, another part of my brain just takes over and does this stuff. Tina moves aside and this other thing happens. And it's like, what I'm saying to myself is, I wish I could paint more consciously. But then again, I'm quite conscious. It's just something I can't name. It's something I can't put my finger on. And it is magic. So what you just made was magic. Absolutely wonderful.
What you said came to mind that years ago some people came to me and, oh, you're the artist, and I started to laugh. I was kind of mean, but because for me it was so funny, I started to laugh. What artist? Because I haven't done anything on that year. And I thought it was so funny, because of course, yeah, I'm the artist, but I'm the artist when I'm doing the art. I'm something else when I'm not doing it. I'm just a regular human. Just a nobody walking the street.
But I think correct me if I'm wrong, Alpo, but I think you think about it all the time.
Art.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. It's my whole life.
What I have come to realize is it's my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been in denial about it for so long, and it's like, why have you been in denial? And I think it was just the pressure. Oh, you're an artist, then that means you can, and they would fill in the blank. And what I needed to have happen is to not care about anybody filling in the blank.
Yeah, that's why I introduced in the beginning myself as an artist, and afterwards I laughed for it, but because I just wanted to help people to put me in some to define me somehow, because if I start to explain what I am or how I see life or who I am, the conversations go south. It's just no.
I protected myself by, when someone says, "What do you do?" I say, "I'm an art educator," which I am.
Yeah.
That's my focus, is not to sell paintings, but to help people attain some peace of mind and joy in creating.
Yeah.
So I did create that shield for myself.
Yeah.
And I was able to live up to that title. I like it way better now.
These days, if I would introduce with a shield, I probably say, "I'm your worst nightmare."
And then everybody leaves the bus. Well, I don't know.
It's funny because the more you learn about yourself, the deeper you go. You see all the dark things and the disgusting parts of the self, and it's just like, wow, yeah, it's all me.
Well, okay, I don't know what this is, but you're my angel. You're quite often, you're the bright sunshine for me. So you can go ahead and be as dark as you want. You can think you're whatever, but you're my angel.
Thank you. Yeah, we are both. Either way, and what I've noticed, people either see me as bad or good. It's their choice. Usually, I don't even have to do anything.
Well, of course you have to do something. You have to breathe, you have to move, you have to think, and you have to create. So that's what you have to do. For me, creating right now is just, it's because after all of these years, I have the luxury of time. Not a lot of money, very little money, but joy and time, and not being a commercial artist anymore. Whew, that was exhausting. People go, "Oh, I want to make money with my art." And I'm going, "You silly person, you go for it." It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. Well, let's see. I think we've sort of done it, Al. Huh? I can work on this a wee bit more. And then I think our stream will be coming to a close for now. Okay, this is a nice dark brown. I don't know what the name of this brown is. It's got a name. It's in the lid. Where's the lid? Okay. This kuretake, for anybody that buys this, it's really quite cute, and they're very smart. This came blank. It's only black and white, and you have to mix the color and make your own color chart. Did your lid come like this, Al?
Let me check. Oh, yes.
Isn't that neat? It's so all those blank spots that you mix up, and then I had the English. I put the English translation. and really tiny print. And so I'm going to use raw umber deep, okay, for the woody part of my tree. I just thought they are so smart. Number one, printing in black on white is the cheapest, right? And then it also engages the purchaser immediately. I don't know what this says. You can translate it. It's like probably boring, really boring directions you don't need. Uh, my Google, you just hold it over and it'll translate it. But I found this absolutely necessary because these two reds conflicted. This has yellow in it and this has blue in it. So I had to be very careful and very certain about where I wanted to go with it. And this cadmium scarlet is orange as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Very orange. So then it came with this wonderful little plastic cover, and I use it as a palette. I put
Yeah,
it
same.
very, very, very useful. Very
Yeah.
handy. I love it. I think it's an excellent brand. They've come out with all different kinds of palettes, like for manga and for spring and for flowers, and one is for spring flowers and all. I'm just like, oh, you have a very good marketing system there. And now I'm going to come in with my sienna and I'm sorry, umber dark and the blue to help me create shadows with a finer brush. So I hope everybody has gotten a feel for the many different ways we can draw trees. And maybe if they're going to watch a tutorial on YouTube, they'll understand it a little bit more.
Aatoksia. Spring is in the air. Yes.
Yes. Are you sneezing? That's
Me?
what.
No.
Good. That's what it means a lot of times around here.
Kevättä ilmassa. Kevättä rinnassa.
Mm-hmm.
Does in English have, because in Finnish you can say also spring is in the chest.
No, we say spring is in the air. Spring is around the corner. Spring has sprung.
Yeah.
We don't have spring in Hawaii. We have wet and dry season. That's it. Right now, the floods that are happening there've never been floods like that before. So our little chain of islands is feeling an incredible climate change effect. I've never seen anything like it. So.
Epe is saying here is spring how you say when you plant seeds. Seeding. Maybe.
Seeding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring seeding and cleaning.
Spring cleaning. Now that happens everywhere.
Yeah. I just planted a lot of seed myself also.
Ooh.
Paprika and some chilies and and a lot of how you say, different herbs for
Nice.
food.
Mm-hmm. Well, we won't be planting. We don't have a garden here, but we will go and help our cousins plant. Help them with their garden, and the hens have started laying again. It's like a lot of eggs. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, this one could go on and on, but that's just, basically it. It's a little bit muddy looking. I think I want to brighten them up a little bit. Wet and wet. Brush strokes. You can immediately move things around. I just plopped another tree here. It's getting thicker. Let that dry. We'll come in with another shadow. Now, the only serious problem I have with students is getting them to two things: letting the paint dry between, which we've talked about already, and knowing when to stop. Because some people will paint a painting to death. It's just like, poor painting. And so when I am teaching, I hover like a hawk. I'm just over them, looking at their work all the time. And sometimes actually very gently, just very slowly, gently taking their hand away and saying, we're going to stop now. And we can look at this in a few minutes. And that's because they get into the feel of the paint, yeah? And so that's why it's good to do my three painting system.
I remember painting, maybe it was the first year when I started. I painted from the window to nature. And I noticed that it went like stuck. It was mushy, too much same color, and it just it was terrible. Even it was fun to do, but I noticed that I should have focus on more the back, the front, and the middle part, because they were all like this in the same value. And it just didn't work.
Well, that's why painting with someone is quite often helpful, or taking a class. I've been tempted to take a painting class just for the community part of it. Just to, and I'm still debating, but it's a bit pricey, and I'm thinking, am I really gonna want to stick with it?
Yeah,
I
would have done also take painting classes, just to interact with people. But they are quite rare, and sure, if don't have money, they can be expensive.
Yeah. Well, also, I don't want to piss off the teacher. It has happened in a very gentle way. And this sounds like boasting, but it's just sometimes it happens. If I paint better than the teacher, or if I know more than the teacher, they think I'm in there to steal students. And then that just makes real bad feelings, and it's so uncomfortable. So I really like my ceramics teacher knows more than I do. I love it. She does expect a certain level from me, which happened almost immediately, but it was very gentle and very friendly. And a part of it was this sounds weird, but we were like feeling each other out as to because student-teacher relationships can be tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's adequate. This is adequate. It's not the Sistine Chapel. It's adequate.
Yeah, they look great.
And so now, to me, everything looks very anemic. It looks very pale. And this is not for you, Al. This is for people watching us. When you have a set palette, a limited palette, you can always recreate the colors that you have here. If you use, okay, let me just explain what I'm talking about. I have another 2 boxes of paints, okay? And there are, I think, 3 different brands, plus a kuretake. So I use 5 different brands because the sakura is different too, okay? I must be very careful, and otherwise it's like a runaway. It just runs away with you, and you can't reproduce colors. You can't get it. You can't catch it again because you mixed too many things. I guess, fusion cooking sometimes works and fusion cooking sometimes doesn't. So Chinese Italian food might be good, but maybe not. And it's the same kind of thing. If you limit your palate, you can always go back and enrich things. So, Alpo, I will be keeping in touch with you. Dear viewers, thank you ever so much for spending time and allowing me into your space. And I hope I will see you all again sometime. Al, I love you. Thank you very much.
Love you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.